Well, like I said, guys, this is our time where we come together and you hear from the leadership. So let's give it up right now for Miss Charlene, who is talent acquisition. She's the first face you see with her warm welcome, with her Southern beautiful accent. And she is a beautiful woman, and she's the first face you see when you get here. So let's give it up for Miss Charlene. Woo!
Thank you, Nisita. Great morning, everyone.
Good
I hope
morning.
my voice don't sound too harsh this morning. And thank you for the introduction. Of course, everyone here mostly knows me. My name is Charlene. I am the talent acquisitioner for the company. And I handle the interviews when you first come into the company. As Ms. Cedar say, I try to roll out the red carpet for you. If everything goes as supposed to go, I send you forward for a day of observation with your general manager. And once you have completed that day of observation with your general manager, you usually return to me so we complete your partnership form, which allows you to become a partner with us at Bridge the Gap Marketing. This morning, I would like to speak to you on setting a routine. Get my notes back up here. Of course, we all have routines that we do on a daily basis. We have things that sometimes we get confused on whether it's a habit or whether it's a routine or whether it's a ritual. But everybody has something that they like to participate in and do on regular basis, or ways that they help keep themselves under doing what they want to do and doing what they need to do all at the same time. So the first thing that first, I'm going to define what a routine is. It's actions that you do repeatedly, like brushing your teeth every night and before you're getting ready to go to bed, or you're waking up in the morning time at 6 o'clock and you might want to exercise, or it might be your routine that every morning you got to go get you a bagel and you want to sit down and read the newspaper. Well, whatever routine it is that gets you started on your day, it's good to have, because you want to have that routine that keeps you grounded. It doesn't necessarily mean that all the routines we have are good, but every routine can be helpful and it can be powerful to you in the long run. Also, routines will put our brains on autopilot. But what makes the routine so powerful is, it turns out we're creatures of habit. And that we accomplish whatever we want. And if we want to do something, if we want to make sure we do it daily, if we want to make sure we do it properly, we will set up a routine that automatically sticks in our mind. Like me, I can think about me, my routine is coffee. Every morning, once I get up and before I get ready to, after I make my bed, before I get ready to take my shower, I put my coffee on. By the time I get out the shower, my coffee is ready. By the time I get ready to sit down at this computer, my coffee is ready. That was my routine. Just get up and start, put that coffee on, get that coffee ready, so that when I got ready to start my day, my coffee was the one thing that I always feel I needed in the morning time. A lot of people don't drink coffee. It may be that you got to get you a glass of juice, or you want a big cup of milk. Whatever the routine, it can be powerful, as long as it's something that you continue to do and you do on a regular basis. Now, I told you the habits are things that you do automatically. Like, you can check your email first thing in the morning. Some people get up and go straight to work. I got to wake up first, then I can go to work. But some people's habit is to get up, first thing they do, they check email. I know the younger generation, the first thing they do, they get up and look at Facebook, Instagram, or whatever it is that puts them back into the loop of what's going on in the world for the day. So people will get up and do different routines, have different habits to do different routines. And rituals, they're also like routines, but they have one key difference: your attitude behind the action. For example, if you're taking a walk every day and you consider this to be a routine, if you think it is something that you need to do for your productivity. But if you think of it as a way to break out of the mundane or the office, or you just want to get out and enjoy nature, it can be turned into rituals with a change of perspective. So it's how you look at what you're doing over and over again. But doing things over and over again can help kickstart your day. And I want to go over 6 morning routines to kickstart your day, which is number 1, get up early. Don't have a meeting at 7 o'clock and get up at 6:45. You haven't prepared, you're not ready, you're not really even alert yet. You're just flying on the adrenaline of getting up for the day. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get yourself together for the day, even with after rising early. So you have to get up a little early, you do. Like for this call, for you guys, it's 7:16 right now. It's 6:16 for me. So I have to set my clock accordingly and get up early on this day so I can be here for this meeting ready to go. I get up, make my bed. Make my bed. I always feel good to make my bed because once I make my bed, I know that when I get back in it, it's fresh and it's ready for me again. So that's just a habit I have that I will not drop. It's a ritual. It's a habit. It's all of it. So I do have certain things that I do on a daily basis the same way every day. I also get up and while I'm brushing my teeth, I'm thinking in my head, what quote am I going to say for the day? What resonates for me? Or I have little sticky notes on my mirror in my bathroom that I get a chance to look up at, and I have sayings and affirmations on my walls that I read them. I read them every day to let me know where I am, to keep me grounded for where I want to be. So these are important things to me. Also, getting exercise. Now, I am guilty of that. I probably do not get enough exercise at all. Besides walking through this house, up and down, back and forth from this chair, that's probably the most exercise I get because I will admit I don't get out and go to the gym. I don't get out and walk, and I don't get out and run. I said I'm going to do better. I did not make it a resolution to do better, but I said I was going to do better, and hopefully I will get better with that. But that's on me. Most of the time, I do try to get me something nutritious to eat for breakfast. I try to grab me, I'll put on a couple of boiled eggs or anything, give me a little bowl of oatmeal, something that I can eat right quick. I love bananas, so I try to keep fruit around the house. So anything that can get you going. This is stuff, eating is, it helps your mood as well. You know how they do the commercials on television and with the, I think it's one of those candy bars that they change over when they haven't had anything to eat. A lot of us get like that. When we get hungry, we get irritable and we're hard to deal with.
Snickers.
Huh? Is it Snickers?
Snickers bar.
Okay, thank you. So you do remember what I'm talking about. But always set yourself a routine and make sure you follow your routine. And then also in the process of you setting those routines, you also want to set your tone for the next day. And you want to set the tone for the next day for preparing your goals for the next day, first off. Determine the objectives for the coming day goes 2 ways. First, it allows you to identify the most important tasks that you have to accomplish before all the pressure of the day gets started on you. It gives you that opportunity. Second, it allows your brain to begin thinking about those tasks. Just as you get ready to fall asleep at night, if you prepare for the next day, just as you get ready to fall asleep, you will be able to have those tasks in your mind. And myself, I don't know if it's some kind of weird power or sense or what, but if something is heavy on my mind when I fall asleep at night, I will think about it all through my sleep. I don't really dream about it, but I think about it. If it was something that I didn't have an answer to earlier, or I couldn't figure out, or something I may have been looking for and I couldn't find it, it may come to me in my sleep. Oh, that's where I had it. That's where I saw it. That's where I put it. So setting up those habits and setting up those routines and making those rituals will keep you on track. And that's all I have to say this morning. If anyone has any questions or comments that they would like about setting routines, habits, or rituals, I'll be glad to discuss them with you. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Miss Charlene. I'm throwing some fire in the chat. Guys, throw some fire for Miss Charlene in the chat. Miss Charlene, that was so amazing. Those are definitely things that we could use day to day, every single day, and it is amazing. I'm just gonna go over it a little bit. So basically, Miss Charlene, once again, talent acquisition, setting a routine every day, which was her topic, and repetition is key, and how to kickstart your routine. Get up early, think ahead, get exercise, eat a nutritious meal, and set goals for the next day. Miss Charlene, I love that, and I'm screenshotting that. That is going into my records, so I can use that every single day. That's something that you can put right on your board, right when you wake up in the morning, and you can see that and set those things. So thank you so much for that, Miss Charlene.
You're
All right.
welcome. Thank you.
So let's give it up for Miss Charlene. Woo! Thank you, Miss Charlene.
Thank you, Miss Charlene.
Thank you so much. So now we're gonna throw the ball over
Yes.
to, yes, we're gonna throw the ball over to Mitharli. Mitharli is number 3 in the call center. What do you have for us today?
Great morning, everybody. My name is Mitharli. I am extension 3 at the call center. And this morning, I just want to talk about this quote that I saw yesterday. And it says, "We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are." And the reason why I want to talk about this topic specifically is because it's a new year. It's a new year, and who you were last year, if you weren't satisfied with the results or how you were living your life last year, it's not going to work this year. You know, this year isn't going to magically become better for you unless you become better or unless you change who you were last year. That's how you're going to get a different result. So I have three ways where you can become what you want by changing who you were, basically. So number 1, I have affirm, and that's basically affirmations. You know, just like Miss Charlene was saying, how in the morning when she wakes up, she has these affirmations that she'll say to herself, or she's gonna look at them and stuff like that, and that helps her get ready for the day. So who you want to become, I'm pretty sure there is an affirmation out there that represents that person, or the lifestyle that you want. You can create an affirmation, or there is an affirmation out there for you to say, you know, that's going to help you think about becoming that person or being that person. So I wrote down, affirm who you want as if you were already that person, whether it's in the mirror, or I know some people who record their own voice and then they'll listen to it over and over like an audio. They'll listen to their own voice saying these things to themselves. You can also go on YouTube, you know, you can go on YouTube, type in affirmations for that or this, whatever it is that you want to become. Let's say you want to become the best salesperson and bridge the gap. You know, you can literally write down your own affirmations. I am the best salesperson, the best sales agent in this company. Or I am a 3K earner. I am this, I am that. So whatever it is that you want to become, like, get in the habit of saying that to yourself. Because I know a lot of us, we want to become certain things and we're embarrassed to even say it out loud or to even say it to yourself. Start getting comfortable at speaking that, you know, that speaking these things into existence. You have to say it to really start to believe it. Because if you don't say it, that means you're low-key embarrassed. You don't believe it. You don't think you can achieve that. So start saying these things to yourself. And the second step is to act. Act on those affirmations, or take action on behalf of that version of you. So that version of you that is the best salesperson, you have to take action on behalf of that person. And how can you do that? How can you do that is really by acting like the best sales agent. And how you act as the best sales agent when you're in the field, what does that look like? If you know a great sales agent that's in this company, and I'm pretty sure you've probably been around them in the field, how do they act? How do they approach their customers? What do they say to their customers? You know, how do they carry themselves? And what do they look like? Because I'm pretty sure the best sales agent, not only do they look good, they know what they're talking about. And they're always feeling good while they're in the field as well, or when they're speaking with their customers. And they don't let certain things get them off that path of being the best sales agent, if that makes sense. So you have to kind of embody your affirmations, embody the person that is what you say you are. So you have to act and, you know, take certain actions, like Michelle say, have a routine for yourself. Start faking it. And it's okay to start faking it, because at least you're doing something. And when you're doing something, it's going to start to get into your brain, and it's going to, okay, I can do this. I can be that person because I'm doing the action and I'm saying the things, and it's going to get easier and less intimidating, basically. And the third and last step is to have faith and be solution oriented. I said be solution oriented. I know you guys know what have faith means already. You have to have faith that this is going to work out for you, that the affirmations you're saying and the actions you're taking, you know where it's going to lead you. You see the end goal in mind already. So, we're familiar with having faith, but I said be solution oriented because if something isn't going accordingly, you have to step back and examine that problem or that situation from that person's perspective, the person that you want to become's perspective. Don't think or don't examine it from the old you or the you that's gonna feel mad or complain that, damn, this isn't going the right way. I'm just gonna shut down. I'm just gonna go home. I'm not gonna work today, or I'm just gonna curse that customer out. No. So that higher version of you, how would they handle the situation? The affirmations you're saying, the actions that you've been taking, how would that person handle this? So see it from that perspective. And that's what being solution oriented is. When you see a problem, you think of a solution instead of just retreating and running away from that problem or just complaining. And the best sales agent or whoever you want to become, they will have an answer. They will have a way to handle the situation. So that's basically the three steps that I have on how to become what we want this year, instead of, having the same old things we had or remaining that same person. And if you guys have any questions, drop it in the chat. And I hope I helped you in some type of way this morning. Thank you.
Yes, let's give it up for Tharly.
Good job, Tharly. Good job.
Great job, Tharly. Okay, so let's throw some fire in the chat for Tharly. That is amazing. Those are actually key points that you can use as well, like Miss Charlene did. Those are things that you can use in your everyday, and that is amazing. So I'm just gonna throw some fire for her in the chat right now. So let's go over the things that Tharly just said. So Tharly, 3 ways to become what you want by changing who you are. And number 1 is to affirm who you are. And then you say, I am, and put whatever there, speak it into existence. 2, action, do it, embody it. And then the last thing that Tharly said is number 3, have faith and be solution oriented. Thank you so much for that, Tharly. That definitely fired me up. That was amazing. And we're gonna now throw the ball over to Dudley, who is call center number 2. No, he's number 1. I'm sorry, number 1. Dudley, let's get it.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dudley Francois, call center number 1. Right. And today I will be talking about, the importance of setting goals and steps that you need to take to make sure that you hit your goals. Right. So this is our first Wednesday, 7 a.m. morning call for January. For the new year. Right. So why is it important to set a goal? It's important to set a goal because, if you do not know where you're going, you will get lost, right? Without a destination, you will never get to wherever you want to go, right? So that's why it is important to actually set a goal. You need to know where you're going, all right? So the first step that you need to take in order to make sure that you hit your goals, you need to actually write it down. Why you need to write it down? You need to write it down so you can actually see it and actually remember. If you need to actually see it, and you actually need to remember every single day. All right. You need to actually see what it is that you truly want. You need to actually, every time you actually wake up in the morning, you need to actually read your goals. You need to actually have it in your mind, right? And why I say that you need to actually write it down, because a lot of time, let's say, hey, Miss Charlene or Cedar, whoever it is, actually asks you your goals. You don't want to actually say, they might say, okay, hey, what is your goal? What do you actually want? Or, what you want to accomplish this year. You don't want to just say that hey, you wanna see what sound good. You wanna say, hey, I just make some money, or I want a brand new house. Everybody would gonna wanna say the same thing, but you wanna actually say what you truly want, right? Let's say, okay, hey, you wanna make sure you write it down, right, and actually feel it and know that that's what you truly want. When somebody asks you, okay, hey, what is your goal, right? You actually say, right? So the first step is actually to actually write it down, so you actually know what it is that you truly want, right? Step two to actually, you need to take is actually print out the lifestyle that you want. There's a mentor that I follow. He's an 8-figure mentor, right? And he always talk about, okay, hey, if you want something, a car, it might be a car, it might be a family, whatever it is, right? You need to actually go print it out, right? Go on Google and actually look at like the car that you want, right? Go search a house or whatever that you want, right? And go print it out, right, this year, and put it in your room somewhere that you could see it. And that, and how much you want. Let's say if you want to make some type of money on Bridget Gap, right? You want to actually, go print it out. So yes, this is one of the first 2 steps that you need to take in order to actually hit your goal this year. And third, the third thing that I want to talk about is say affirmation, right? Like, I am so happy and grateful that I'm rich. Yes, it's all about affirmation as well, right? You want to say affirmation every single morning, right? I agree with Misita. Because in the Bible, it actually talk about the power of your tongue, right? So what you say, that's what will come to life. What you believe, that's what will come to life. All right. So the first step is write down your goals, right? So you actually need to print it out, print your goals out, right? What it is that you want. And third, need to say affirmation. I say affirmation every single morning. Yeah, so these are my 3 steps that I have. If you have any questions.
Dudley, thank you for that. That was amazing. Same thing. You guys are really bringing the fire. Oh my goodness. These are steps that you can actually take, just like Miss Charlene, thoroughly. Oh my goodness. I am so fired up right now. This is amazing. So Dudley's topics and call center 1, importance of setting goals. And then number 1 is set a goal and write it down. Number 1, write it down. 2, plan out the lifestyle that you want. And number 3, affirmation. It is key. Affirm what it is that you would like. So please, let's throw some fire into the chat for Dudley. Dudley, those are steps that we can take every day. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for that. So we're gonna now throw the ball over. So let's give it up for Dudley, guys. Oh, great job, Dudley. Great job.
Great job, Dudley. Thank you.
Good job, Dudley.
Yes. Now we're going to throw the ball over to Crystal, who is our manager in VA. So let's get it, Crystal. What do you have for us today? Crystal, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Good morning. Hello.
There you go. Good morning. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Can
What do
you
you
come
have for
back
us
to
today?
me?
Okay, so let me go ahead and throw the ball over to Talia. Good morning, Talia. Talia is our general manager in PA. What do you have for us, Talia? Let's get it.
Yeah, so today I will be speaking on our weekly meetings, which are now mandatory. So we have 3 meetings a week, 1 on Mondays in office, or get together, discuss our goals for the week, new strategies, new ideas. And plus, I like to see everybody's faces on Monday. Wednesdays are 7 a.m. leadership training calls. This is a call that is very informative and gives you all a chance to ask questions, give feedback, and connect with our colleagues in all of the other markets. And Fridays are our 10 a.m. calls, where we acknowledge our 1K, 2K, 3K, and even 4K earners. Here's where you'll get a chance to see who's making money out here. And lastly but not least, here are 5 tips to improve yourself daily. Start your day early, be willing to learn, never stop, and develop a thick skin, and never give up. And that's all I have for you guys today.
Okay, so let's give it up for Talia. Short
Good
but
job,
sweet.
Talia.
Dog,
Short,
Talia.
short but sweet. So let's throw some
Thank
fire in the chat
you.
for Talia. So Talia basically brought the fact that we have mandatory meetings, you know. We have our mandatory meetings Monday. It's in the office for each general manager. They go into the office for PAVA, as well as New York. And then Wednesdays, just like you're here right now, which is our training call, our leadership, you know, brings what they bring and some knowledge. And then we have our Friday calls where we shout out our 1K, 2K, 3K, and even 4K earners. So yes, these are mandatory meetings that we must be on. So thank you so much. That was much needed, Talia. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Talia Griggs, PA manager, general manager. So let's throw some fire in the chat for her right now. There we go. Amazing. Thank you so much. So let's give it up for Talia. Thank you, Talia.
Fine.
Okay, so now I will throw the ball over to Crystal. You ready, Crystal?
Yes, I'm ready. I mean, yeah. Do I gotta show my face?
Yes, Crystal.
Okay, then I'm not ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go right now.
All right.
Laquita, I am so sorry. Laquita, I forgot you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Laquita, let's get it. Laquita is your call center. It changes so many times. Your call center number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, call center
Great.
number
Grand rising, you
Laquita.
guys. I'm sorry. May all be well. Today I will be speaking with you guys about building relationships with your customers. So I did go ahead and write everything down to make sure that I touched each detail with you guys on how to do so. Give me just a few moments. All right. So step 1, when initiation, when offering the service, it's best to start off with a friendly conversation, such as, hey, how are you today? And state your purpose. Step 2, while placing the order, shoulder to shoulder with the customer, show them exactly what you're doing. And that also allows you to build trust with them, to show them like, oh, they really doing something. They may not understand what's going on, but at least you're showing them what's going on with that information. It also gives way for those who are interested to be recruited. And you're also giving them the steps on how to do things. Step 3, while using optics, talk more with your customer, getting to know them. Allow them to talk more than you though. And then you are about yourself, excuse me. Also buying time for you to log in and continue to process. Once the link is sent, you can say, hey, by the way, I went ahead and sent over a link to you. Can you fill out that information? It's going to ask you for your birthday and your social twice. Step 4, when closing the sale, installation is set and they are reviewing the order, don't just rush them off. Make sure that once the order is placed on your end, that you make sure that they are able to create a password and log in before you or they leave. It is important for the customer to see proof, 1, of what you have done and said is legit, and 2, if they're being charged, they can see it on their MyFiles account and they fully understand what just took place and what is to take place. That also keeps the cancellations at bay. And the reason why I decided to speak with you guys on this today is because a lot of times we like to tell the customers like, hey, don't worry about creating that password, things like that. But no, we need to make sure that they are able to log into that account so that they can see things, so they won't say things like, hey, oh, I didn't know that this was that. You know how some customers do. So make sure that we are fully allowing our customers the information that they need to also be successful with us. And that's all I have for you guys today.
Okay, so let's give it up for Laquita, call center number 2. So we're gonna go over what it is. So let's throw some fire in the chat for her right now.
Laquita, great job.
Great job, Laquita. So Laquita, I didn't get a chance to put it all there, but building a relationship with the customer, right? Initiate is number one. You know, shoulder up with your customer, be right there and let them see exactly what is going on, be transparent with them. Also while using the optics, let your customer know about what it's about, everything that's going on. When closing, the sale once installation is, let them review the order, don't rush them off of it, and make sure that they understand everything that is there so that they fully understand, and it keeps our cancel rate down, right? So did I cover it, Laquita? Okay, well, great job, Laquita. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. So let's throw some fire in the chat for Laquita, and we appreciate that. And those are actually steps as well that we can take. So you guys are really bringing the fire this morning. Amazing. So let's give it up for them. Thank you so much, Laquita. Appreciate you. All right, so let me see where Crystal is at now. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll go, and then Crystal will be last. Crystal. Okay. So my topic is 5 steps to improving things you don't like about yourself. It goes hand in hand with what Miss Charlene was saying, what Dudley was saying, what Mathali was saying. So step 1, start small. Change one thing and focus on that for a week. So try to change that one thing. Say, I don't like this about myself. Whatever it is, just take that one thing, write it, put it right there in front of you and say, this is what I want to change about myself this week. And so, I'll say number 1. So write down 10 things you don't like about yourself. Things like maybe you don't get up early enough. Maybe you're not, like Miss Charlene was saying, maybe you're not eating a healthy meal when you wake up, a nutritious meal. Maybe that's something that you want to implement to make sure that when you wake up, that you are definitely eating a nutritious meal, and then you're thinking, another thing Miss Charlene said is while you're going, you're thinking, your thoughts, mindset. I like saying that mindset is everything. So when we wake up in the morning, we have to have a fresh mindset. If we have so much stuff going on from that day and we're sleeping in the night, and like Miss Charlene once again said, it's like playing in your head. You wake up in the morning, it's still there. Didn't go anywhere. So before you go to bed, focus on what it is that is probably something that you may want to change as well. What you read, what you see before you go to bed. Everything that you put into your memory bank is there. It goes right into your subconscious. So you want to make sure that you read all positive things. If you read the Bible, if you read whatever it is that you read, and motivational quotes are very, very good. So those 10 things, write them down, what you would like to change. Number 2, then start small. And just like I was saying, change that one thing, and do it day by day until you're satisfied with the results. It's just like exercising. You keep going, but you guys want to be like, hey, I'm gonna keep doing it. I got to get these muscles. I got to do what I got to do. And then the females are like, oh, I want my stomach flat. I don't like this, so you keep doing it until you like the results. So that's the same thing with that. Improving that thing. So it's the same exact thing. So do it until you're satisfied with the results. Number 3, every day that you succeed, treat yourself with something, whatever it is that you like, Starbucks, maybe a Snickers, maybe whatever it is that you like, treat yourself to that thing. That's number 3. And if you did not succeed at that moment, don't treat yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Even if you wanted that Starbucks or you wanted whatever it is that you wanted at that moment, don't give it to yourself. Make sure that you say to yourself, hey, I didn't do it. So how am I going to sit up here and treat myself? So that's holding yourself accountable, for the things that and at that point, you're really going to want that thing, but it's going to make you work harder at getting it. Right. So it's like that self-control. And number 5 is work on it harder the next time, right? And stay consistent. You will see the positive change within you once you do that. You'll start seeing it little by little. Sometimes I'm gonna say one thing. Sometimes we may not see ourselves for who we are, but somebody else can see it. So if somebody's saying it to us and saying, hey, positive feedback, then maybe that's something we need to step back and say, hey, maybe I am like that. Maybe that is something that I need to change within myself. So, reflect on yourself. And so that's steps to improve things you don't like about yourself. Number 1 is write down 10 things, right? And execute on that. Start small until you're satisfied. 3, work at it every day. And then treat yourself if you do good. And if you don't, number 4, don't treat yourself. Hold yourself accountable. And then work harder on it the next time. So that's basically it. That's all I have for you. And you will see a positive change within yourself once you do this. So that's basically it for me, guys.
Thank you, Sita. Thank you.
You guys are very, very welcome. Thank you. And I see Crystal here. Crystal, let's get it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So today I wanted to talk about dealing with hostile customers. I know a lot of us in the field, and when we go out, we deal with different attitudes every day, and, I had to go deal with one yesterday, but it turned out to be good. So that was the reason why I wanted to speak on dealing with hostile customers. So I came up with something, and I call it talk, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to have to do is, talk to the customers. So my talk is tell them you will try to fix it. Always hear them out. Let them know you understand. And kindness go a long way, because you don't know how somebody's day been going. So if you talk to them, you can bring them down. So I had a customer yesterday that, one of the account managers called me about. They say that we were scamming, that Verizon was a scam, that they was out to scam old people. She gave me a call. I said, I'm coming. I got over there. She was dealing with another customer. She was trying to persuade the customer not to get it, because she felt like she was scammed from another rep. When I got over there, I said, can I speak to her? The son was like, no, she don't want to talk. We don't want it. We got Xfinity. I said, that's fine. I said, but I want to do what I can do to help, the situation. I talked to them. I listened to them. I asked them, can I fix it? They told me yes. By the time I finished the conversation, she was a Verizon customer again. She clipped Xfinity and she came back to Verizon. So sometimes you just have to talk and let them talk. And you got to be that listening ear, and then just try to make it right. And that's what I did. So sometimes you got to, when somebody's like, really hostile or whatever, you can always bring them down. I mean, sometimes I know you want to go off too, because, you feel disrespected, but sometimes you got to be the bigger person. And I did that yesterday. And so did my account manager. She did that yesterday. But at the end of the day, we got results. And that's the thing I wanted to talk about. That's all I have today.
Alrighty, so let's give it up for Crystal, General Manager in VA. Let's throw some fire in the chat for her. So her topic was dealing with hostile customers. Yes, and she calls it talk, which is explain to the customer and help them to understand, change their perspective by knowing what you are talking about. Diffuse that situation by doing that. So amazing. Thank you so much for that, Crystal. I'm going to throw some fire in the chat for you. Short and sweet.
Less is better.
Thank you for that, Crystal. Well, guys, if you guys have any questions for anyone, you guys can, either throw it in the chat or you can come off mute. Anybody have any questions?
No questions. I have a comment. It's Tom. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go ahead and get that bread.
Let's get You sound fired up, Sharp.
I am fired up. I need some money.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. All right. Yes, absolutely. So you guys brought the fire today. That was amazing, beautiful. And all I gotta say is thank you so much, guys. This will be there for playback. And if nobody has anything, guys, let's get it.
Rosita,
Yes.
I actually do have something to say. And it remember, Miss the Crystal made me chuckle a little bit because she reminded me of this little lady at church when I was going to church one day. I was coming out of church, right? And my sister Menace, God rest her soul, right? I was getting aggravated with my kids, and she's like 90 years old. At the time, she was like 90 years old. And I was getting aggravated with my kids, and she was turning around with the sweetest little voice. And she turned around, she was like, Marilyn, have patience with them, like somebody had patience with you. So ever since she told me that, it just keeps in mind like what Crystal said. Like sometimes you don't know what the Verizon the customers had the previous experience they had with Verizon with Verizon. So we gotta bring it back, like bring them back and try to persuade them like, no, we not them. You know what I mean? If that experience with them, ain't that experience with us. So
Right.
I'm glad that Crystal brought that up. And yeah, you gotta have patience with these people, man, because like you say, you don't know what their experience was.
That's very true, Marilyn. That is amazing. I'm glad that resonated with you. I'm glad that it helped. Beautiful. Anybody have anything else? Anybody else have a comment or anything that they wanted to say?
Well, everybody doing great in the field, huh?
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, well, guys, I mean, if there's nothing that you guys don't have, it was a great call. I had a great
Justin,
time.
are you saying something? Justin's saying something, but he's on mute.
Is he? Justin?
No, I was just, I ain't doing great in the field. Shit. I haven't done great this week or last week. I'm trying to step it up though. But no, you made a comment about everybody doing great. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you. I ain't do great this week. So, I mean, trying to step it up, trying to get out here early, stay motivated. And I mean, don't let nobody take you off your square, man. That's all.
And Justin, you got a lot of stuff today from everybody that had, what it exactly set goals, and everybody had something to bring. So those are definitely things that you can use in that, since you made the comment that you didn't have a great great time in the field, or great. So now you have the steps to do it to be successful.
I think Justin's frozen. Oh.
Hey, Justin, this is Laquita. I just wanted to say that although you may feel like you didn't do great, you still did something. So that's great. Don't never count yourself out. Never say, never speak down on yourself. The way that you keep your momentum and your motivation up is speaking positive. We speak things into existence. So although it may have not been great yet, the week is not over. So keep speaking that into existence. And that's all I have to say.
You are an excellent call center person. You turn into every time I hear you speak, you like a real call center person. You really, I like your little sayings and stuff, Mr. Quitty. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of y'all.
No worries, thank you. And that's for anyone and everyone. Like each one teach one, each one reach one. We all have to help each other, and we all have to also help lift each other up, not allow each other to stay down and vibrating these low frequencies. Low frequencies transfer, and they jump from each person to each person. So therefore we have to help each other vibrate on the same frequency to go higher. So that's all it is. It's all love.
Exactly.
Hi guys, I want to say something. This is Cia Maldonado. I just joined your team.
Hi,
and I am
Cia.
happy to be a part of the team. Thank you, Sita Moore, for putting me on. and I'm happy to meet you guys.
Oh, no, you're great,
Welcome
Cian.
to
Have
the
you.
team.
You're
Welcome.
welcome.
Come to the team, sure.
Yeah, Cian, you are amazing. You're on fire. So
Thank you.
She's killing it.
Welcome.
yeah, you're
Yeah, she's
getting
killing
Now
it.
swinging.
Yes.
and never stop. She keep
So
going.
I see caller 1, I see call center 1, I see call center 2 and 3, so I know who I'm dealing with, who I'm talking to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Great job.
Yes, thank you for that, Cian. Appreciate you. Laquita, thank you so much for that.
No worries.
Alright. Anybody else have anything? Anybody else have a comment? Anybody else? Okay. So that is our call for today. And everybody, let's just get it and let's fire up that board today. You know, Quincy says, let's get out there, kick A and take names. But I said kick butt and take names. So let's get out there and kick butt and take names, guys. Let's get it. Let's get it. I hope you guys are fired up.
We'll see all you guys on Friday at the company call.
Yes, mandatory calls, guys. Monday in the
Mandatory
office,
call.
Wednesday calls, the meetings here, training calls, and then Friday, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K earners. Please be there on time with cameras on. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.
Right. Enjoy your day.
Bye, guys.